Alright, what's going on YouTube? In this video I'm going to be reviewing the Oneplus One. Now this phone has raised so much attention in the tech community. I mean, not that many people know about this phone. Like when I have it outside, loads of people keep asking, what phone is that? Is it a Motorola? Is it a HTC? But they don't really know. But anyways, that's what this review is for, to let everybody know what this phone is all about and why it's become such a hit. So the main reason is because of its price. It's got flagship specs which match the Samsung Galaxy S5, the HTC One M8, the Galaxy Note 3 as well. But it only costs £220 with a starting price, and that's the 16 gig model. What I have here is the 64 gig model, which only costs £270. Now that is a bargain price for a phone which has flagship specs. So talking about specs, it is powered by a quad-core Snapdragon 801 processor, which is actually clocked at 2.5 GHz. Its GPU is an Adreno 330, and it is also rocking a 13 megapixel camera, which can record in 4K. Also, it can record in slow-mo at 120 frames per second. It's also got a dual LED flash, which is not two-tone, but it's just actually two LEDs just to make it a lot brighter. Not only that, it's running on 4.4.2 KitKat, which it's running CyanogenMod 11S on top of that. And lastly, it has a beautiful 5.5 inch full 1080p LCD display. Also, it comes in 16 gig, which is a white soft touch back. But what I have here is the 64 gig, which actually comes in a sandstone back, which is really unique as it's some sort of soft kind of sandpaper, which you can actually hear over here when I'm rubbing it. Anyways, I'm gonna go and show you a few shots of this camera. I've recorded a few shots in 4K, in slow-mo, and actual few still shots, which actually look really beautiful. So here you go, check them out.
Run when the rhythm's right, go into the night. Grow until you're out of sight and you're out of my mind. Run when the rhythm's right, go into the night. Floating as the river flows, easy as it goes to the ocean. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never try. Secrets in your eyes, you go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart, heart, breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart.
So you guys probably know that another phone that is out there which sort of has flagship specs is the Nexus. Now the Nexus is even more expensive than this phone, so imagine how cheap this phone is, and it's actually got a bigger screen as well. So the thing with this now is that Nexus runs on stock Android, this runs on CyanogenMod, and everybody knows that CyanogenMod always tries to act as its stock Android, but it always never gets that smoothness and the powerfulness of the actual Nexus. But for some reason, maybe because this phone was made to run CyanogenMod, it actually feels like stock Android, and it's just really powerful and really smooth. When you're just scrolling through the screens, there's no lag or anything whatsoever. So when this phone was released about 2 months ago, CyanogenMod had a lot of bugs. Within them 2 months, there's been updates literally every week, and they have squashed all of them bugs down. Now, the only bug I have is the phone randomly reboots on its own. It's not a major bug, it just randomly happens once in a blue moon. It doesn't happen every day or anything. But, I mean, obviously CyanogenMod can release an update maybe even tomorrow and that bug will be fixed. Now, the OnePlus have actually added a feature that I actually really like, and I think a few other YouTubers mentioned it. I think it was MKBHD as well, and that is actually the theme showcase. Now, this theme showcase, you can actually configure your device to actually look like any sort of smartphone that's already out there. So if you like the TouchWiz look on the Samsung Galaxy S5, you can actually install that theme. Also, if you like the stock version sort of kind of theme from the HTC One M8, which is HTC Sense 6, then you can also install that. There's a lot of different themes you can install, etc., such as the different phones. So now, the main thing which I like about this phone is actually the screen gestures. The first one is when you draw a V on the screen, the LED light actually comes on at the back. So if I draw a V now, it turns off. There you can see that. Another one is if you pull 2 fingers down on the screen, music will start playing, but I'm not going to be doing this right now as I might get copyrighted because I don't know what song is going to play. But that's another feature. But there's one problem with that. The fact is that sometimes when I take my phone out of my pocket, I notice that my LED light was on, which then I noticed that my battery was starting to drain. As I brought up the battery topic, battery lasted me 15 hours on screen time and I still had 15% left on the battery, which is a beautiful thing, as you don't need to really charge the phone. If you forget to charge it overnight, you will have enough battery on there to use it the next day. And I'm actually a heavy user, so that's from a heavy user's aspect of how this battery works in this phone. Now it's time to conclude this video, and I want to just say I will recommend this phone to anybody out there, even you iPhone users. Most of you say Android is really confusing, this and that, but that's usually because manufacturers actually install their own custom theme on top, such as Samsung installs TouchWiz and HTC install HTC Sense 6, and that's with every manufacturer out there. This phone runs on CyanogenMod. Obviously it's not stock Android, but it's an Android type that I actually like. I actually like the minor tweaks what they have done to stock Android to make it actually where it is today. Now, this phone, so everything's a positive. What is the con? And that con is you cannot get this phone. I mean, you can get the phone, but it is really hard to get it, as this phone you can only buy on an invite only system, and luckily enough I actually got an invite to buy it. But there is an actual advantage here, which is tomorrow, which is 27th of October 2014. There is an hour gap where you can actually pre-order a phone for yourself, and within that hour, if you do get one, then good luck for you. Hopefully you would get one if you actually want one, and I know I said I want one quite a lot. But anyways, that's about it. Be sure to leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have not known already, I've actually started a vlog channel, which the links will be in the description. Be sure to check that out, as it will help me out a lot. And once again, thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe and rate, and I'll catch you in the next one.